this is a huge signal to India and to the world that Trump is just again exerting his strength and his power, and this is very clearly a power move. I think that this will definitely set back relations between the two countries, which has taken so many decades to rebuild, especially since the Pokhran explosion, and especially since just a lot of the frosty relations that surfaced throughout the Cold War. At this critical juncture in time where we saw so many moves being made with the G20 summit, with former President Biden's visit to India, I think that it's pretty tragic that we're now being set backwards with this tariff coming in, and it's going to impact businesses. I think right now we see there's a lot of trade that goes back and forth between India and the U.S., particularly in textiles and handicraft goods that we get from India, and that are definitely very coveted and treasured here. And this has broader geopolitical implications of saying if we're going to impact business, we're going to put this up, then we obviously we have some fundamental disagreement with your politics and with your government structure, and that goes against the fabric of India, which has traditionally taken a very non-aligned stance. So I think it's going to take years to rebuild this, and I think that this needs to be overturned immediately. I think it's a deeper move. I think it's not just about the tariffs and the sanctions, but I think it's a move to say that hey, India, even though you're the fastest growing economy in the world, and even though India is uh, growing as a world player on the global stage, and relations have been improving dramatically between both US and India. It's a move to say that, hey, we have the power and authority to basically take that away. And again, I do not want to speak from a US standpoint. I wanted to say this is very much a Trump directive. This is not how the US government feels. This is not how many democratic regimes feel towards India. I personally ran as a Democrat in Virginia District 10 to try to help advocate for stronger US-India relations. And I think that we definitely saw that under former President Obama and Biden. But Trump is really he's unraveling, and he is really hurting all of the efforts that have been made for so many years. So this is a strong signal, India, of basically you have to do as we say, and we don't really care about your own internal politics or geopolitics or things that might help your nation, but it's exerting strength over a state is all it is. Well, I think that it definitely had a strong role. I think Trump made it very evident that from the shift of implementing aggressive tariffs, writing threats via Truth Social in support of a ceasefire, to meeting with Putin and agreeing that peace deal is the best option. Going into a meeting with Putin, Trump was confident about his goal was a ceasefire between the countries and threatened major consequences if that was not the result. And then the last minute summit at the White House of European leaders and Zelensky was a result of Trump's meeting with Putin in Anchorage, Alaska. So I think that again, what we're seeing is a lot of power play optics. This is just a power move by Trump, and it's frankly one that's more of a business move because let's be honest, he's really rooted as a businessman more so than he is a politician, and doesn't quite understand geopolitics and understand the criticality of strategic relations, which is why it's not just happening in India, but it's happening to Japan, it's happening to the EU and several other countries with obviously far closer relations to the US. So in short, this needs to get reversed. I think that relations have to be repaired, and I think we need new confidence building measures, and we need trust building between both of these nations. And I think it's really important to differentiate between the US, how they feel about India, and President Trump, because President Trump is holding a seat, and he's holding a seat for just a particular term, and that term will eventually come to an end, and we will see a shift when the next president comes in.